Imagine this. I'm at my lemonade booth, pouring drinks to fund my dog's cancer treatment, when a middle-aged woman with a face twisted like a zombie plant from a video game starts yelling that my setup is against the law and she'll have me locked up. She runs a skincare stall down the street and is furious, claiming I'm taking her customers. She threatens that if my booth isn't gone by 2 p.m., she'll lose her temper, and my 8-year-old mind is convinced I'm headed to jail. Picture this. I'm at my lemonade booth, sobbing, certain I'm about to be arrested, all because this woman, let's call her Karen, with a face like a snarling gremlin, is screaming at me. Your booth is illegal. I'll have you thrown in jail. She's livid that my little stand is drawing her skincare customers away. I'm grabbing lunch. Your pathetic booth better be gone by 2, or you'll see me get nasty. You don't want that? She storms off, muttering, "See you at 2. Terrified of jail, I start packing up, but my parents spot me. Dad rushes over, and when I explain, his eyes narrow. By the time she's back, son, your booth will be selling lemonade faster than a soda factory. I whimper, but she'll call the cops. He grins, let her call the mayor, I don't care. I manage a small smile. You know what? He adds. I've got a little surprise for her when she returns. He calls Mom over, whispers something, then jumps into his van and speeds off. Mom's fingers fly across her phone, and suddenly, cars start pulling up near our driveway. The sweet old lady from 2 houses down hurries over. I'll take 3 cups, no, make it 5. She hands me a $20 bill. Keep the change, dear, for Buddy. My hands tremble as I count. $20 from one person. Then Dad's buddy arrives with half his son's soccer team, still in their uniforms, chanting, "Post-game lemonade." The kids swarm my booth. That's Karen, the one with the overpriced lotions. One mom whispers, I nod. What a monster, she mutters. Can't wait for her to see this. I keep pouring lemonade, my cash jar filling so fast I lose track. $100, I tell Mom. Where's Dad? I ask, noticing his van's still gone. He'll be back soon, sweetie, Mom says with a wink, darting inside. Every few minutes, more cars arrive. Your mom posted in our group chat. Can't believe Karen yelled at you, one neighbor says. $150, Mom. I'm bouncing now. Maybe Buddy will get his surgery after all. The Smiths show up with their twins. Karen tried to sell me a $50 miracle cream, Mrs. Smith scoffs. It was just generic lotion. She buys 6 cups. Been waiting for her to get what's coming. Someone checks the time, 1 p.m., 1 hour till she's back. Let's make her flip. I'm counting money when Dad's van pulls up. My heart leaps. Out jumps my cousin Liam, and Dad unveils another lemonade booth from the van. Liam's setting up right beside you, kid. All the money's for Buddy. 2 booths, I shriek. Liam high-fives me as we set up his stand. When Karen sees this, Liam giggles. She was mad about 1 booth. 2's gonna blow her mind. Dad laughs, hops back in his van for one more surprise, and drives off. Neighbors keep buying from both booths, some grabbing cups from each. $200, Liam? I yell. $300, he shouts back. More people arrive buying lemonade, chatting with Mom, then leaving as others take their place. The line never slows. Half an hour till she's back, someone says. $250, I call out. $300, Liam adds. Buddy's getting his surgery, I whisper, happy tears replacing the scared ones. It's almost 2 p.m., Mom says softly. Then we see her. Karen's silver SUV rounds the corner. The street falls silent like we're in a film. She drives past, not noticing the booths, her face still twisted in a permanent scowl. She parks, steps out, and turns toward us. Her expression shifts from annoyed to enraged as she storms through the crowd. I told you to shut this down, she shrieks, then freezes. Not 1 but 2 booths, 2 lines of customers. 2 kids stealing her business. What is this? She bellows. Hey, Karen, Liam waves brightly. Want some lemonade? Her face turns beet red. That's when Dad's van returns. He steps out, opens the back door, and out comes Buddy, my golden retriever, cone around his neck, bandages on his side, tail wagging weakly. Dad had picked him up from the vet early. Buddy limps toward Karen and tries to nuzzle her hand. The crowd goes quiet. Karen, Dad says calmly, meet Buddy, the dog whose surgery you tried to stop. I can't stop myself. He could have died if you shut us down. Karen's face pales, sweat dripping down her forehead. The crowd stares. Who does that? Someone murmurs. Trying to stop a kid helping his sick dog. Heartless, I didn't, it's still illegal, Karen stammers, backing away. Actually, Dad says with a grin, kids under 14 don't need permits for lemonade stands, but your skincare stall, that needs a license. Got one? Karen bolts to her car, peeling out so fast she leaves skid marks. The crowd cheers, high-fiving and petting Buddy. But it doesn't end there. That night, our doorbell camera catches everything. Karen sneaking around, slipping notes under doors. "Your kids are breaking the law. I'll call the authorities. You're all against me." We realize this is just the beginning of the Karen saga. The next morning, I wake at 6:30 to Buddy whining, his cone bumping my door. Outside, white papers are taped to every car windshield on our street, fluttering in the breeze. I grab one off our van. Big red letters scream, "Illegal operation. Cease now," with dense legal jargon below that I can't make sense of. I show Dad, who's sipping coffee in the kitchen. He laughs so hard he nearly spills it. "Karen was out all night doing this," he says, showing Mom. She checks the doorbell app. Sure enough, there's Karen at 3:17 a.m., skulking around with tape and papers, glancing around like a secret agent. By 7:30, neighbors start showing up holding Karen's flyers. Mrs. Larson arrives first, shaking her head. "This is insane," she says. "My husband's a lawyer. This is straight-up harassment." Soon, our kitchen's packed with angry neighbors clutching Karen's papers, all talking over each other about what to do. When I get home from school at 3:30, our garage looks like a command center. Dad took the day off and set up folding chairs in rows with 20 neighbors listening to him. "She went after our kids," he says as I walk in. "Let's show Karen what happens when she messes with us." Mr. Carter from the HOA stands up. "Karen's always complaining, kids biking past her house, dogs walked too early. She even reported the Wilsons for too bright holiday lights in January." Everyone shares their Karen stories. The old lady down the street says Karen scolded her for noisy wind chimes. Another neighbor says Karen measured his lawn and reported him for grass half an inch too long. I had no idea she'd been terrorizing everyone. Dad waits for the stories to finish, then shares his plan. This Saturday, every family sets up a lemonade booth. The whole street becomes a lemonade extravaganza. All proceeds go to Buddy's surgery. The room buzzes with excitement. Someone offers cookies, another signs, and the soccer coach pledges his team's help. By 5 p.m., Liam's over, and we're in Mom's office making flyers on her computer. We use Buddy's cutest photo from when he wore a superhero cape last Halloween. "Save Buddy, Lemonade Extravaganza Saturday," we write across the top. We print 50 copies using all Mom's paper. At 5:30, Liam and I hit the street, stuffing flyers in mailboxes. We're 10 houses in when Karen charges across the street, flailing her arms. "Stop this instant," she screams. I keep walking. "We're having a festival. Come help Buddy if you want." Her face darkens to a shade I didn't know existed. She whips out her phone, hands shaking. "I'm calling the health department," she yells, claiming kids are running an unsanitary food operation that could poison people. Liam and I keep distributing flyers while she rants. At 6:45, a white van with a government seal pulls up. A weary-looking man in a polo steps out with a clipboard. "Where's the emergency?" he asks, clearly unimpressed. Karen jabs a finger at my booth. "That, no permit. No inspection, it's illegal." The man glances at my little stand, then at Karen, then back at the stand. His face shifts from bored to irritated. "You called an emergency line for a kid's lemonade stand?" He walks over, asks, "How much for a cup?" I say, 50 cents, but you don't have to pay. He hands me $5. "Keep it, good luck with your dog." He chugs the lemonade, gets in his van, and leaves. Karen stands there, mouth agape, then lets out a piercing wail like a faulty siren and storms back to her house, slamming the door so hard a neighbor's dog barks. Mom's phone pings. She laughs. Mrs. Larson felt that slam from her kitchen. Wednesday, while I'm doing homework, Mom shows me the neighborhood Facebook page. Karen posted a massive rant in all caps about illegal businesses ruining OUR community and child labor crimes. The comments are gold. Laughing emojis, photos of kids' lemonade stands, and sign-ups for Saturday's festival. Someone posts Buddy's picture with heart emojis. Thursday after school, things escalate. I'm playing with Buddy in the yard, careful of his cone, when a news van with a satellite dish parks in front of our house. Sarah Miller from Channel 5 News steps out with a cameraman. "We heard about your neighborhood rallying for your sick dog. Can we talk?" I tell her about Karen's outburst, Dad's plan, and the $300 we've raised. Buddy does his slow paw-shake trick despite his bandages. Karen must have been spying because she sprints over, yelling, "Don't film this. It's illegal." The cameraman keeps rolling as she tries to block the lens, jumping futilely to reach it. Sarah, calm as ever, asks, "Ma'am, why don't you want this boy helping his dog?" Karen, realizing she's on camera, lunges for it. The cameraman dodges smoothly. Her face cycles through colors before she flees home. That night at 6, we watch the news. There I am, looking tiny, talking about Buddy. They show his sad cone and scar, then Karen's camera grab, making her look unhinged. My phone, Mom's old one, blows up with texts from school. "You're famous!" Even kids I don't know message me. Friday morning, cars stop by the booth before school. Mom helps serve while I eat cereal at the stand. $60 before class, I tell Buddy, whose tail wags lazily from his bed nearby. After school, I find an official-looking paper taped to the booth. My stomach drops, but Dad reads it and grins. It's our permit. I applied Wednesday. We're fully legal. At 4 p.m. sharp, Karen marches over with her own papers. HOA rules ban businesses in residential zones. Dad shows her the permit, highlighting charitable event exempt from regulations. Karen rips her papers into shreds, tossing them like confetti, and stomps home. By evening, the streets buzzing with prep, tables in driveways, signs being painted, lights strung between trees. Even grumpy Mr. Jenkins, who yells at kids to stay off his lawn, sets up a table. Saturday morning, I'm up at 6 without an alarm. The street's an explosion of balloons and streamers like a holiday mashup. By 9 a.m., when the festival starts, parking's a nightmare. Buddy's on his special bed, soaking up gentle pets, his tail never still. At 10, Liam's running between booths, counting cash. $800 already, he yells, nearly tripping. Every stand has a line. Some folks buy from everyone to support us. At 10:30, 2 cops pull up. My heart races, but they're smiling. Karen called about illegal parking. They buy lemonade from 3 stands, pet Buddy for 5 minutes, and ask about his surgery. One officer gives me $20. For Buddy. They tell Karen everything's fine and leave. Sarah Miller returns at 11 for a live report. This incredible neighborhood raised over $2,000 for a brave dog. After it airs, cars pour in, some from across town. At noon, Karen does the unthinkable. She sets up her own stand with a giant sign. Premium skincare, better than lemonade, 50% off today. She sits there, arms crossed, as hundreds walk past to buy lemonade. Not one person stops. By 1 p.m., high school kids helping out start chanting, "Lemonade, lemonade, Buddy needs aid." Everyone joins in, even adults. Karen stands at her empty stand, face purpling. At 2, we gather in the garage to count money. Mom sorts bills, Dad punches numbers into his calculator. $3,500, he says. The surgery's $5,000, Mom adds softly. But this is incredible. We'll cover the rest. Karen spends 3 hours circling with a clipboard demanding permits. When Mr. Carter shows his, she tears it up. He pulls 5 more from his pocket. "I made backups, want to rip these too?" he grins. At 3:30, a woman in a suit steps out of a fancy car and photographs Karen's products. "These are from that pyramid scheme sued last year," she announces. Repackaged drugstore lotion sold at a 50x markup. Karen knocks over her table, grabs her products, and bolts inside. The woman buys 3 cups from us, whispering to Mom, "I'm from the State Consumer Protection Office. We've been after her, thanks for the tip." As we clean up at 4, a woman in scrubs approaches. "I'm Dr. Emma Klein, a vet from a few streets over. Saw your story. I'll do Buddy's surgery for $3,000 with the rest paid over 6 months, no interest." Mom cries, hugging her tightly. "We have enough," I yell. Buddy barks his happy bark, weak but joyful. Monday at school, I'm a star. Kids crowd me asking about Buddy and the festival, saying they saw me on TV. My teacher pulls me aside. "I'm so proud, Ethan. Let me know if you do another fundraiser." When I get home, Mom's holding a thick envelope. Certified mail from Karen. She's suing us for emotional distress and business damage. Dad laughs so hard he sits down. "Mrs. Larson's husband, the lawyer, will handle this for free. She's got no case." Wednesday, another letter arrives from the HOA. Karen filed a complaint about commercial activity. An emergency meeting set for Thursday. Thursday night, the community center's packed. Karen stands up front with a folder thicker than a textbook. Photos of every lemonade booth, permit copies, Facebook screenshots, even a street map with red X's marking each stand. She rants for 40 minutes about rules and property values. When she shows Buddy's photo in her presentation, someone shouts, "You're attacking a sick dog." The room boos, actual boos, like at a bad sports call. Dad stands. "We raised money for my son's dog. If that's against the rules, we need new ones." The room erupts in cheers. Mr. Carter calls a vote to dismiss Karen's complaint. It's 47-1. Karen, the lone vote, screams, "This is rigged," and knocks over a chair as she storms out. Friday morning, we take Buddy for surgery. I hug him gently, whispering, "Everyone helped you. You're the best dog ever." Waiting at school is torture, but at 1 p.m., Dr. Emma calls Mom. Surgery was perfect. Buddy stays overnight but will be fine. I run around yelling, "Buddy's okay," until Mom stops me. Saturday, we pick Buddy up. His new cone's bigger, but his tail's wagging wildly. Half the neighborhood's in our yard to greet him, petting him and calling him a good boy. Buddy tries to lick everyone through his cone. 2 weeks later, Buddy's healing well. I keep the lemonade booth going for fun. Cars stop to check on him, some buying just to ask. 3 weeks post-surgery, I get home to a for sale sign in Karen's yard. Mrs. Larson spills the tea. She's moving, says we're all criminals. A month later, Karen holds a garage sale trying to offload her skincare products. Mom and I walk by with Buddy. Nobody's buying. Karen spots me and yells, "You ruined my life." Buddy barks, making me grin. Moving day comes. At 8 a.m., a truck pulls up. Karen screams at the movers like a coach, losing it when they drop a box. By 11, neighbors are coincidentally outside, washing cars, gardening, or chatting. Someone blasts party music, others join in. At noon, Karen stops her car in front of our house. "I'll report you to the state, the feds." "This isn't over," Dad waves cheerfully. As her car disappears, a block party erupts. Everyone brings food and drinks, toasting to Buddy with cheers. The next Saturday, a young couple moves into Karen's house. They visit my booth, smiling. "Your dog's story is why we chose this house. What a great neighborhood." A month later, my booth has a new sign, "Buddy's Lemonade, helping sick pets." Kids take turns running it, raising money for other animals. 6 months later, summer hits and Buddy's fully healthy, running and jumping like before. The Lemonade booth is a neighborhood staple. A year later, we hold our first official Lemonade Festival, planned months ahead. The street participates, raising $5,000 for the animal shelter. Buddy sits by my booth, fur gleaming, tail wagging as kids pet him, and he offers his paw. "You started this, boy," I say, scratching his ears. Somewhere, Karen's probably griping in her new town. But here, with Buddy healthy and our neighbors united, everything's perfect. Thanks for exploring this with me. Until our next adventure, like the video, it helps a ton.